that might have been the best direct ever. That might have been better than like the Switch January presentation, the first E3 Switch Direct where they reveal Metroid Prime 4, and the 2018 one where they tease Smash at the end. Everything in that Direct was perfect. I'll say that again. Everything inside the Direct was perfect. Outside the Direct, you know what? We're not even going to talk about that in this video. This is a happy video for happy thoughts. And we're going to talk about how awesome that Direct was and how happy it made me because, oh my god. Oh, I felt like a kid again, dude. First of all, the console itself, the Switch 2, it's perfect. It's perfect. Like, dude, everything people were asking for and were hoping for, better, stronger Switch, it happened in like every way that it could have, and even the ways we thought weren't very likely. They're doing 4K docked. Did you see that? 4K docked! That dock has a fan, HDR, HD sound instead of HD rumble. It's back to LCD screen, but I imagine they'll do the OLED upgrade, but I don't want to see how much that's gonna cost. But no, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. God, what else was there? They went through so many features. I don't remember all of them, but I remember that I wasn't really disappointed by any of them. Okay, I guess two of the big ones. The C button. It's a chat button, game chat. That's really cool. I probably won't use it that much because I don't really game that way, but whatever. It looks cool. The mouse. That's a genius idea, and this has the potential to like be a total literal game changer. Pretty much everything on the modern controller, the D-pad, the thumbstick, face buttons, even motion controls. Nintendo innovated all that. So if they innovate another way, another revolutionary way that changes the way you play games forever with the mouse feature, crazy. And the game that they made to demonstrate it, wheelchair basketball. Speaking of games, let's move on to that. Holy goddamn, dude. First of all, Switch 2 Edition, the enhanced backwards compatibility. Not only is it real and it contain all the things we thought were too good to be likely, it's even better than that. Because some, not all, but some, and it seems like it might end up being a good handful, Switch 1 games will not only receive basic next-gen enhancements like, you know, higher frame rate, better performance, better graphics, all that, but some will even get extra content. There is the issue of the whole pricing of these things, but you know what? Happy thoughts, happy video. We'll talk about that later. Dude, GameCube. I almost had a friggin' heart attack, dude. Are you kidding me? They finally... I actually also thought it would still be included in the Switch 1, but it's exclusive to Switch 2, so I really thought there would be some Switch 1 stuff in general in this Direct, but not a single thing. There was that either accidental or sneaky, because they knew someone would catch it, tease of Yoshi's Woolly World, so I'm guessing that's probably coming to Switch 1, so they still got Switch 1 games coming, which I thought they would for this year. But anyway, so GameCube, that's awesome, but the first game they showed for that, Wind Waker. I mean, it's better than nothing. I don't want to complain. But are you telling me that after all this time of waiting, we're not even going to get any kind of ports of the Wii U HD remasters of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but we're going to get them slightly up-resed, but still with the original aspect ratio? Is that what's really going to happen? I would rather get the physical copies of both games and pay individually, even if they're Switch 2 games, at the full price that we're not going to talk about. Oh, it's so bittersweet. It's so Nintendo. They're like, ugh. Okay, fine, whatever. We got Wind Waker. It's not even on Switch 1. It's on Switch 2 only, but fine. Maybe they still will still do it. I mean, you know, they did 3D All-Stars, and then even though that was only temporary, they still released Mario 64, and now they're going to do Sunshine on NSO. So, okay. Ugh. GameCube. Awesome. Third party. Man, dude, this generation is gonna be sweet. Here's how confident and optimistic I am about this. They didn't even really show any games I personally want in this Direct, third-party wise. Like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'll get that, even though I have the PS4 version already. Cyberpunk, maybe. Oh, and Silksong, but I already knew that. But all of the stuff they did show were so big enough, and like, you know, current gen games or very recent gen games that it just gives me nothing but hope for the future that Switch is gonna get a lot of the most recent stuff we've been getting, and even possibly stuff into the future. They seem like they future-proof themselves. for at least a good while. 120 FPS, forgot to mention that one too. So yeah, I fully expect the Resi remakes, the Tomb Raider trilogy. Oh my god, maybe the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm gonna die, dude, I'm gonna die. Especially at these prices, but we're not talking about that. The first party games. Holy god damn. Dude, I'm out of breath just thinking about this shit. Okay, first of all, Hyrule Warriors Age of the Imprisoning War, whatever the fuck. I called it. I knew it. I don't know, dude. Like, when Age of Calamity came out, I was really addicted to it, and I liked it. Even though I don't like Dynasty Warriors gameplay. But I really just played it for the story, because it was supposed to be a prequel to Breath of the Wild, and I thought it would explain a bunch of things that Breath of the Wild kind of left unexplained. And it didn't. So, I don't know, I'm like half excited for Age of Imprisonment. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll feel different. And you know what? I forget when that's coming out, but you know what's coming out this year? Very soon, probably? Kirby Air Riders. Directed by Sakurai? They knew they had to like name drop that at the end right there because they knew people would be like, oh, this is something to pay attention to. Sakurai is back directing his baby, Kirby. Kind of interesting and concerning maybe that they released 2 racing games in the same year. Hey, whatever. If they're good, they're good. Either way, you know I'ma buy both. But you know what I'm gonna buy even harder? Donkey Kong Bonanza. I am gonna buy this game so fucking hard. I'm gonna be like, what price? Money? The fuck is that? I never even heard of money. Give me Donkey Kong. We're not even talking about that in this video. Just give me the take the money that I don't want to talk about and give me the Donkey Kong. I don't like the new Donkey Kong redesign. I'm not crazy about it. I love rares. I'm so used to it. It's been the one for so long now. The new one, it is kind of growing on me a little bit slowly, I can tell, because the more I look at it, the more I'm like, it is just about the same. It's just, you know, it's a little bit more cartoony and subtracted some of that 90s badass box art attitude from DK. But whatever, I mean, if it's here, it's here, and it's probably here to stay, and I'll just get used to it. Just like I've gotten used to the Kremlings just not being a thing anymore, and I guess they might not even be a thing in this game. If it is, it's awesome, but if it's not, then it's like, really? And it's a 3D game. I've been waiting for a new 3D Donkey Kong game since 64. Since I was a kid, bro. And still, even after the Return of the King in Smash Brothers, you still aren't gonna put the Kremlings and K. Rool in a Donkey Kong game and the big new one? I mean, that bums me out. But either way, new 3D Donkey Kong game, action platformer, looks fucking incredible. He's just beating the shit out of the world, dude. He's just destroying everything. All destructible environments. They brought back the banana. They freaking brought it back. That made me the happiest in the direct. Donkey Kong's back. Brand new actual game that doesn't include bongos or whatever. Not a 2D side scroller that isn't even as good as the originals. Although, alright, Tropical Freeze is amazing. Alright. Either way, unless you haven't figured it out, the point is, I am very excited for this new game about a monkey and his bananas. But there is one game where, not speaking personally, but objectively, was still a bigger deal. Mario Kart World? Friggin' world, like Super Mario World, but with little go-karts? Mario, dude, the leap they took with this game is bigger than any leap that any game in the Mario Kart series has ever taken. None of them really have. This game doesn't look real. This game looks like something a fan would think up and be like, wouldn't it be cool if Nintendo did that? But they actually fucking did it! This is bananas. This is more bananas than the Donkey Kong game, which had a lot of bananas. This Mario Kart game takes place in a world. One friggin' world in which you can go anywhere in. And you can just go anywhere, dude. It's open world Mario Kart. If any game, I love open world, but so many games have been going open world that one, it takes the novelty out of it, and two, it's very overwhelming because open world games are huge and take a long time to make and play even. And if there's any game that did not need to go open world, it's Mario Kart. I was hoping for a single player campaign. I was hoping for a more Super Smash Bros. Edge where they were just like, instead of just Mario stuff, they would integrate stuff from all Nintendo franchises, maybe even third-party things. But no, what we got was Grand Theft Auto Super Mario. Super Grand Theft Mario. That's what we got. Super Mario Auto. One of these names has got to work. They got the perfect name. Mario Kart World. Dude, incredible. I have a video about Mario Kart, and in it I talk about how games like fighting games, racing games, puzzle games, they don't really do it for me. The only exception is Smash Brothers. Those types of single genre games, never really was into them. I have never been so friggin' stoked to play a Mario Kart game. I mean, it makes sense. That's their best-selling franchise. It's now their best-selling individual game ever, one of the best-selling games of all time, and they've had 10 years to work on a new one. It makes sense that they just go all out and like do what Nintendo has been doing to a lot of their franchises lately and giving it the Breath of the Wild treatment. This is as Breath of the Wild as Mario Kart could get. And I didn't even expect it to even try to go in that direction. Oh, you can grind. I don't even think I reacted to that in the direct because I was just like, my brain was trying to catch up to what my eyes were looking at. You could play as a cow. You can also eat hamburgers. That's an item. So if you're playing as the cow and eating a burger, does that count as cannibalism? There's only 24 racers per race, but no, the amount of characters, there seems to be a lot. I saw some obscure ones. Dude, there was a Fishbone. There is a Mario Kart Direct in just 2 weeks from today, I think. And that tells me that there is a lot more to this game. I am predicting, number one, some sort of single player campaign. You know, just like Smash Ultimate, it revealed World of Light in one of the smaller directs it had later on just for it. I think there's a big single player adventure to this. Because, I mean, that would seem like a waste, right? You create this big open world, this Mario Kart world. You call it that, and you're not going to give it some big adventure? I think it's coming, dude. And I think it's going to be Diddy Kong Racing times 100. And the other thing that I'm predicting that they're going to reveal in that direct is something that, at least in their eyes, will justify that thing that I'm not talking about in this video. But hey, that direct was awesome. Possibly the best ever, dude. I feel like a kid again. And now we have an entire generation of incredible games ahead of us. Think of the Switch 1 generation and how awesome it was, how awesome this console is and the concept of it is, and how amazing the games Nintendo has been making for it. It's about to be that again, another 8, maybe 10 years of that times 100, bro. Just the same thing but better. Oh, and I am so stoked. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hit the like button, sub to the channel, and let me know in the comments about how you won't be able to afford a goddamn thing.